Hello. Today I want to do some coding for the IslandWars server. So I was planning on doing that last stream, but we didn't get to it. So I'm gonna do that today. And it's gonna take a while, but we're just gonna do it, so yeah. Yeah, let me turn down this music. So yeah. Okay. So I am going to switch my screen to be the live screen. Here we go. And that should, oh no, okay. Let's see. There we go. And now let's do that. And then okay. So we're now loading. And that should do it. Yeah, that should be working. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so let's get in here. And so this is our plugin that we're gonna be working on. So yeah, open everything up. So yeah, there are a few things. There are a few things that we need to do. So yeah, let's start with the main class, I think. So well, let's first get rid of this text because I know what a unenable method is. So let's first do like a print. So like IslandWars version 1.0, and then has been enabled. And then let's just copy this, and then let's paste it here. And let's do disabled. Disabled. Yeah, there we go. So yeah. Here we go. And now, let's see. So, we want to do a few things in this plugin, and the first thing is that if someone travels through a end portal, we want to check if they're in a specific world, and if a specific configuration is enabled, and then we want to remove the portal, change the portal frames into chests, and cancel the teleportation events. So first of all, we need some way to set to set the way to set a safe location for the actual like configuration, so we can save if it's enabled and the world that it should be in. So we're gonna do that by just generating a config file. So get config, no, not get commands, config, and then options, copy defaults, and then we're gonna set that to true. We're gonna do save default config. So yeah, and to make it so that it can handle events, we're also gonna have to implement the listener class, so now it can trigger events. So the event we're gonna be using is the on portal travel, and then in the event we can check the cause. And if the teleport cause is an end portal, we want to do that. So we're gonna do event handler public void, and then well, this is just the name, so let's do it on portal travel. Doesn't really matter. And then I'll do new player portal event. And then event, and event, this is just the variable that we're going to be using to, you know, get some information like the cause and the player who caused it. So we're gonna first get a variable to the player. So events dot get player. And we're gonna do if, and we're gonna check if a specific option in the config file is enabled. So to do that, we're gonna do get config, and this is gonna be the is enabled, so that's a boolean. So I don't know how we're gonna call it yet. So first let's make the config file. So it's gonna be called config.yml. We're gonna put it in there, and then let's see. So first let's do like config version, and we're gonna do 1.0. So then let's do enabled. Now let's do is enabled, and then for the world it will work in, let's just call it world, and let's do the default world for now. Actually has to be in there, so save that. One thing that would actually be cool, and what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna remove this this, and then I'm gonna put these, and then plus v1 v, and then get config dot get double, because it's a double, and then the name is config version, and then plus. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna do IslandWars version, and then it's gonna get the config, get a double, because it is not an integer, because it has a comma inside. So it's a double or a float or a long, but we're not gonna use those. So so it's a double, and then the name is config version, because that's what we called it, and then we have a plus and then a space, and that has been enabled. And we're gonna copy this again because I don't want to type this over. And then we're gonna change this to be disabled. There we go. And then we can also continue here with the is enabled. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna check the config. So it's gonna get a reference to the config. Then it's gonna get a boolean. And the boolean in this case is enabled. So yeah. So if that returns true, then we're also going to check the get config get string, and then that's gonna be the world. So then if that equals P, so the player gets world, gets name, so that's gonna get the name of the world, and then we're gonna convert that to a string. To string. Oh yeah, because it's a word. Yeah, okay. So let's just auto do that. So objects equals. That's basically the same, but it's a little bit different in how it functions. So yeah. And then the final thing we need to check for is if the cause of the event is actually an end portal and not just a nether portal or an ender pearl, or well, no, an ender pearl would be the teleportation event and not portal travel. But if it's not a nether, it could also be a nether portal. So just to confirm that it's an end portal, we're just gonna do if event get cause is equal to the player portal events, and then if it's an teleport cause and portal. There we go. So if that is all true, then we're gonna cancel events set cancelled. True. So that's gonna cancel the event, so that makes it so that our player doesn't teleport anywhere. And then I would like to do this little bit of a debug thing, so we can test if we get any errors. We can test where it gets stuck. So then we need to get the player location. So location, let's call it like player pass, and then it's event get player get location. There we go. And then we need to set, so now we have everything. We cancel the event, so this should work. But then nothing happens. So you want to replace all the portal blocks with air and the portal frames with chests. So there are multiple ways we can do this, but the easiest way would just be to loop around all the blocks in a radius of the player's location. And because there are no two end portals next to each other, I think we should just be able to let's do like 10. So so this is the looping system. Equals radius and then star, so times -1, and then if x is lower than or equal to radius, if it's not, so if it's lower than or equal to radius, then we need to make it go higher, so we do that with the double plus. So now we need to do that for every axis. So for int y equals radius, well, we need to do that in this again, radius times -1, and then the y lower than or equal to radius, then we need to y plus plus for int z equals radius times -1, z lower than or equal to radius, and then z plus plus. There we go. So now we have looped through every block on the x, y, and z axis in a 10 block radius around the player. So now we need to grab, now we need to actually do something with the blocks, because right now we're just grabbing coordinates, but now we need to do something. So b is equal to player pause, that needs to be with a, that's that variable there, gets world, so that we'll get the world that we're in, and then gets block at, so that's gonna get it at a specific location. So get block x, and then plus gets block y, get block c, oh wait, we need to do, oh yeah, okay, so get block x plus that plus y plus, that needs to be block, required type location provided int. Oh, we need to don't need to count them. We just need to, yeah, okay. There you go. That's my fault. And now we have every block. We need to check for them to be a specific material, and then if they require the, if they are that material, then we need to change the type of the material to be another type. So we're gonna do if And then we need to do a cast, because otherwise it's gonna get confused. If the block B, which we already configured, if we get the type of the, oh, if we get the type of that, and then if it equals a material dot, so this is every single block in the entire game. Well, every single item. It's every single item in the game. So if it equals to material and portal, then we need to set a type to be air, so it sets it to air. Now if block B get type, and then equals to material. So now we need to have the end portal frame. Then we need to set the type to be material chest, because we want it to be a chest. So now I think it would be cool if it plays a sound when it activates. So let's see, we need to skip this, because otherwise it's gonna play every tick when it adds one of this. So we need to do it before the for loop. So the brackets with the for loop, if we just go between it, or after it, we do event get player play sound, and then we do, for the location, we do event.get player get location. Then for the sound, we're gonna do sound dot, well, top one could be pretty cool. So 15 is the gun, well, I think 20 is better. And then for the pitch, just gonna do 1. I always do 1, so we can change it if we don't like the volume or the pitch or the sounds, but I think it's fine. So yeah. Yeah, so another thing I think I'd like is, because right now we're getting this option from the config, also this option right here, but if you were to change the config, the only way for the changes to be applied at the moment would be to reload the entire server, which is a little bit tedious. So I think I'm gonna make like a configuration reload command. So after the event handler, I'm gonna do an add override, and then we're gonna do make a command. So public boolean. Well, we can automatically do this. Oh, oops. We can automatically do this, but well, actually, first thing, would be to, well, we can just type it out. I have a text file with all the overrides and event handler, like the tags inside of these brackets here, because they're a bit difficult to remember. So I just have a memory thing. So command sender. Okay. So this is the class that can actually detect if a command is executed. But you need to return something, otherwise it's gonna give you an error. So the reason why we return true is because if we were to return false, it would reply. If we were to execute a command, it would reply with the command usage, which we don't want, except if someone types the wrong command, but that is already supported by Minecraft itself, because it will just say that the command is invalid, so we don't need to worry about that. And yeah, so so let's see, because we're doing this command in the main class, the reason why I'm doing that is because we need to do this stuff with the config file, and you can access the config file from other classes, but you need to do like you need to pass instances between classes. And for everyone familiar with Java coding, can know that can, well, if you can get around it, then do so. So we're just making, because there's no reason why it would be impossible to create a command in the main class. You just have to do one extra step, and that is this. So in another class, the commands would just be applied when you register the command in the main class. It would just get the command as the name you inputted there, and it will link it as the executor of the name of the class. So yeah, so you can give it your own name, and then if you execute that command, it will execute as the code of the other class. So you don't need to do this. But if it's in a the main class, then you need to get the name of the command. So the difference between equals and equals ignore case, by the way, is just if the command is IslandWars with the capital I and W. If someone was to type IslandWars like this in lowercase, then it would still execute the command. So equals ignore case just means capital ignores the capital letters. So yeah. So if the sender is an instance of player, that means that if the console executes this command, nothing will happen, because we'll get an no pointer exception error, because player P is equals to player sender, but the console is not a player. So when we then later on in the code go to get that to do something with this variable, this variable will be null, so you'll get an error, which we don't want. So that's why we first check if the sender is a player before we actually do something with it. So if the arg's length is equal to 0, we don't know what we want to do, because the command will just be -IslandWars. So I think we can just do p.send message. Oh, I can't type. Okay, and then we're gonna do we're just gonna return some information. So this is the official plugin of the IslandWars server. Okay, and then we're gonna so then it's gonna return the users of the command, which can be useful to some players. So else, so if the command args is not equal to 0, so it's bigger than 0, because it can't be lower than 0. So string, let's call it word, is equal to args 0. So then if word equals ignore case reload, then reload config sends message. We're gonna do it in the chat color green. Okay, so what we're doing here is if the arguments, so that will be so we do slash and then IslandWars. So this will mean that there are no arguments behind it. So the arg's length will be 0 because that's arguments. So that will send a message that it will just say this is the official plugin of the IslandWars server, and it will turn false. So it will say in chat -IslandWars, so you know that's how you use the command. And then what we do is if the argument's length is not equal to 0, so if there's something behind it, then it will do else. So else string word is equal to arg0, so this is equal to word is equal to this. And then if the word equals ignore case, so I explained what ignore case is already, so reload. So if the command is IslandWars reload like this, then it will do reload config, so that's what we actually wanted to do, and then we'll send a message with the chat color green, reloaded config. So it will just inform us that the config has been successfully reloaded. So yeah, and then we return true. And if we were to in the future do like IslandWars help or a command like that, we can just do else if words and then this, and then we change the reload for something else. So yeah, yeah, that is basically, yeah, that's basically it. well, for the portal thing, there are a lot of other things that I want to do in this plugin, so yeah. But for now, we're gonna open the plugin.yml, and we're gonna do commands, because we need to register the commands, and we're gonna do the command was IslandWars, and we're gonna do usage like that. Description, the main IslandWars plugin commands. Well, the main commands of the IslandWars plugin. Yeah. So then, yeah, that is pretty much it. Well, the final thing we need to do is to actually configure the event listener that we made. So on enable, we need to get the server, and then we need to get the plugin manager, and then we need to register events. So we need to register this. So we need to register the event listener, which is in this class, that's where we use this, to the plugin, which is this. So yeah, that should do it. So we should be able to start the plugin and test it. So one thing that I want to do is gonna search that up real quick, because I don't want to type that out manually, because it's a little bit tedious. So we're just gonna go here. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so plugin, copy this. Okay, and go back. So here, after this, we need to paste another thing. And then I'm gonna go to the directory of my plugin, of my test server, and then to the plugins folder, and then I'm gonna paste the path there. So then it's gonna output the directory straight into my plugins folder. So now I'm going to save all. I can close this because I don't need it. Reload Maven, save again, and then I'm gonna build, and it should build straight into my plugins folder. Build success. And it's in my plugins folder, so that's great. So I'm gonna start up my server now. And then I'm gonna switch screens to my Minecraft screen. So yeah. Let's see. Let's see. So we're just gonna go down here, change that. So you should see my screen now. At least that's what I hope. That's what I hope. Yeah, it should be okay. Okay, so we're here on my little test server. So if I do PL, there we go, we have the IslandWars plugin. So if we do IslandWars, this is the official plugin of the IslandWars server, and it returns a command. And then if we do reloaded config, so we should be able to open the config as well. IslandWars config.yml, yeah, and it generated correctly. That's great. And then if we jump into a portal, yes, there we go. So it cancels the event, so we don't teleport anywhere. It changes the portal blocks into chests and the portal itself into air. And then on the on our actual server, we have loot tables, so we can set these blocks to be chest blocks to be loot tables automatically. So now I want to test something, because if we had that on is enabled thing in the config, right? So if we change that to be false, and we were to go back into Minecraft and do do IslandWars, nope, IslandWars reload, and reloaded config, so it should have reloaded the config, right? So yes, so now we are able to get to the end because we disabled the plugin. And if we were to enable the plugin again, and then change the world type to be like world nether, and then we would dare to do IslandWars reload. If we jump in here, we should teleport to the end again. But if we were to go to the nether, and we were to like build a little platform, there you go. And we build another portal, end portal, and we jump in. Yes, now it only works in the nether dimension. So we did it. We made a functioning plugin. But that's not the only thing that I want to be able to do with this plugin, so we're gonna continue going. So okay. So we're gonna go back into here, and now we're gonna create the rest of the plugin, which is gonna take an awful lot of time, but we're gonna do it. So yeah, let's just do it. So let me switch my screen again to be that. So yeah, there we go. So what I want to be able to do is we want to be able to do a command like info, and then it would execute a command, so it would like open an information GUI, and we'll be able to like open all the different recipe menus. We'll be able to maybe even ponder items if I'd be able to make a system that actually works, and see your own information and all that stuff. So let's get started, shall we? So we're gonna get started by making the first command. So I'm gonna make a new folder, and I'm gonna call it commands. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit weird, but yeah. So we're gonna make commands folder, and we're gonna make a new Java class, and we're gonna call it info GUI commands, because it's a command. So yeah, And then because it's a command, we need to have it implements commands executor, and then it's gonna give us an error because it has to have implemented methods, which we're gonna give it, and then we're gonna return true. Oh, and we're gonna have it be there. So I have a rough idea of what I want to do here. So if sender instance of player, we're gonna do player b equals player sender. Jeez. Okay. Inventory. We're gonna call it info GUI. So it's gonna be for the player. It's gonna have 44 slots, and the name is going to be the player get name plus this, and then that's this info. So what's that gonna do? Is it this title of the inventory is gonna be the name of the player, and then a comma, and then s info. So for me, it's gonna be JTechGaming's info. And then we're gonna do. So now we need to fill it up with items. So what I'm gonna do, inventory. No, it's inventory. Item stack. Item 1 equals new item stack material skull meta skull meta, and then item 1 gets item meta. Then skull meta 1 sets display name get name set item meta skull meta. Okay, so what we have here is we created an inventory called inventory GUI, that is the bucket create inventory. So then the inventory is gonna get created for the player P, which is the sender of the command. Then it's gonna have a size of 44 slots, which is the maximum, I believe. And then we're gonna have the title's gonna be P get name and then info. And then we're gonna have an item stack, which for everyone that's not familiar with plugin coding, an item stack is just an item that fits within one slot. So it can be any item in the game, but it's in one slot. So item 1 is the name, and because we're gonna have multiple items, so item 1 is equal to new item stack, which is a player head, so it looks like a player head, and its amount is 1. So then normally you'd have item meta, but because it's a skull, a player skull, and we wanted to have the head texture of the player that's opening the GUI, it's gonna be skull meta, and then it's gonna be called skull meta 1, which is gonna be the get item meta of item 1, and then it's gonna set the display name to p.getName, and then we're gonna set the item meta to skull meta. And because it's skull meta, it will automatically set the skull to be a player head, because it returns the skull meta to the item. Oh, actually, I missed one thing. Skull meta set owner gets name, and that way the system will know who the head belongs to, so also whose head texture to put on the player head. So okay. So now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna copy this. Gonna paste that here. We're gonna change the item to item 2, and then we're gonna change scum meta to be item meta, and it's gonna be item meta 1. Well, we're just gonna do it 2 to make it a little bit better. We're gonna do item meta item 2 get item meta display name of item meta 2, and then get display name item meta 2. Oh, actually we don't need this line. And then item meta 2 and item 2. And that should be everything. Okay. So instead of player heads, let's do barrier. Let's do a final one, which is gonna be the ponder menus, and because ponder, let's think, what icon can we do for a ponder menu? So let's do a spyglass. Okay. And then oh, we forgot to set the name here to something that belongs to it, so we're gonna do that color red plus back. Okay, there we go. And now we're gonna do the spyglass, so we're gonna change all the 2s to be 3s. There we go. And then we're gonna change the display name to be thread color gold ponder. There we go. And now I actually, because this will look a little bit boring if it's just an empty GUI with a few items inside, so what I actually want to do is I want to make a handler class which will fill every single slot of a GUI with black stained glass, and then after that it will set the items that are supposed to be in specific slots, it will set those back. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a new folder and call it handlers. And then we're gonna create a new class, and we're gonna call the class, what are we gonna call it? Placeholder handler. That's a good name. So it's gonna implement a listener. It's gonna have an event handler, public void or menu. Menu click. It's gonna be the name. So it's gonna be an inventory click event, and it's gonna be called E from event. And then we're gonna have a player variable, player p equals player. Oh no, wait, that's for commands. It's get who clicked. No, not get current item, get who clicked. There we go. So then so now we're gonna get the title of the inventory. So if gets view, before 114 we could check for check the title in another way, but things change, so now that's not possible anymore. So we're gonna do it this way, not that way. Jeez. There we go. That way. Equals ignore case. P gets name. And then plus info. If gets current item is equal to null, return. Else if gets current item gets type equals material player head, right? It was a player head. Yeah, it was a player head. If it's a player head, we want to send a message to the player. So the player head is going to be your stats. So we're just going to do your stats. We're going to do something with that later, but for now we're just going to keep it like this. And then we have to do is close the inventory. And then set the event cancelled so we can't move the item around. Set that to be true. And then we're just going to copy this code. And we're going to paste it again. And then instead of player head, we're now going to do the barrier. And in the barrier, we're just going to do close inventory as set cancelled. And then we're going to do that again. And then we're going to do that for the spyglass. And then for the spyglass, well, we're not going to do anything for that yet. Because we don't have the ponder menu yet. So we're going to create that shortly. But for now we're just going to move on. So if none of these items are clicked, so if one of the placeholder items is clicked, then we're just going to do set cancelled true. And we're not going to do anything else. So, yeah. And now we're just going to copy this entire class. Well, we don't have the ponder menu yet, so we're going to do that later. For now, we're just going to see if this works, but it doesn't do anything yet. We need to do it here yet. Okay. So, to include this class in the info GUI, we need to call the class. So the class is called placeholder handler. And then we need to call the code. We need to activate the code. So the code was, what was the code called? On menu click, right? Oh wait, I think I did the wrong thing. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I made a click event, so... Oh, I see what I did. Okay. That's easy to, well, it's gonna take a while, but we needed to create this anyway, so this is the menu handler then. This is what we're gonna call it. Kinda messed up there. So this is the menu handler and not the placeholder handler, because, well, I don't know what I did, but why I did that, but I just messed up between them. So what the menu handler actually does is it checks for what item you clicked on, and then it just runs a line of code. And then it cancels the event, so you can't move the items around. But I was going to make the placeholder item, but I didn't. So yeah. So I need to now make the other class. Oh, I just accidentally pressed the button. What did I do? The screen is black. Yep, the screen is black. What did I do? What did I do? I have no idea what I just did. I have absolutely no clue what I just did. What? Okay. Oh, okay. I fixed it. I think I fixed it. Yeah, I did. Okay. So yeah. Let's just let's see. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's fine. We're just going to create a new class, which is the placeholder handler. Oh, I messed up. Okay. Refactor name handler placeholder handler. Yeah, okay. So the placeholder handler is going to fill everything else. Fill everything except for the slots that have items inside. It's gonna fill that with black stained glass. So yeah. So how we're gonna do that, I think what would be a good way to do it would be to do the same thing we did for the selecting of the blocks of the end portal, but instead of doing it for XYZ, we're just gonna do it for all the slots of the inventory. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a for loop again. For first, well, yeah, okay. But we first need to know what the inventory name is, what the inventory is. Nah, well, we don't need the name actually. We just need the inventory is the name, so we're just gonna call it name. And we also need the size of it, so we can know what is the maximum size. So for int, it's called filler because it's gonna fill the inventory, is equal to 0. We're gonna do filler is lower than or equal to size, which is the size of the GUI. Then we're gonna make filler go higher. Oh, we don't need that. We don't need that thing there. Okay, so we're gonna do item stack. Oh, don't need that. Item stack. Place. Yeah, placeholder. Well, I guess we can just copy from the menu, not from the menu header for this. From here. So that would be this code. So we're going to change item 2 to placeholder. There we go. And then we're going to change this to be nothing. And we're going to change the material to be black stained glass pane. Amount 1. Yeah. And now we need to add the items to the GUI. So we're going to do name, which is the name of the GUI. And then we have to set the item of the location or filler, which is going to be a number. And then we need to set the context then to be placeholder. And that should actually be this entire class done. So this is a pretty simple class, because another way we could do this, we could fill it with stained glass, is to do info GUI sets item 1 item 1, but then that would be placeholder, and then we need to copy this and paste it for every single line we want to have this item in, which would be the placeholder item. And this class makes it incredibly easy. So all we should have to do is to go here and call the class, so placeholder handler, and then we need to call the onGenerate, and then we need to include the inventory name, which is info GUI, and we need to include the size, which is 44, because these arguments here are the same arguments as this here. So yeah. Oh gosh, what did I do? This is what I've done. Okay. Okay. So now the final thing to do is to add the codes to actually add the item 1. Well, I'm gonna add a space here. Item 1, item 2, and item 3, because now we just added the placeholder items. So we're going to do info GUI add item to slots. There are 9, so that's slot 4, and then item 1, which is gonna be the player add. Oh, set item. Sorry. And we're going to do info GUI set item. And then the bottom corner should be 31. Well, no, the bottom corner should be 36, but yeah, so if it counts from there, this should be pretty much centered. So that should be everything. And well, actually, one thing is to open the inventory, because otherwise nothing's gonna happen. It's just gonna create the inventory but not open it. Save this. And now finally we need to register it in our main class. So we're gonna have to register the command first, which we're gonna do by doing get command. We're gonna do the name is gonna be info. So if you do -info, that's gonna happen. And then set executor. So this is the class. Okay, so if you type in chat the get command info, then it's gonna set the executor class. So what's gonna happen as a code to the info GUI commands. Yeah, okay. So, then we also need to include the menu handler, because that needs to run all the time, not only if we call something. So, get server, get plugin manager, register events, new menu handler, and then this. You always need to include the plugin inside of a handler if you want to register a handler. So yeah, a listener. We called it a handler, and it is, but it implements listener. So if you want to register a listener, you need to include the plugin, but it will give feedback on when you're typing. So yeah. So yeah, that should work. So we're gonna save all and then build the plugin, and then I'm gonna switch my screen. So yeah, nope. We're gonna do reload. So yeah. So now if we do info. Oh, okay, we need to add it to the YML file. Okay, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. We just need to go to our project, and we need to go to the plugin YML, and we need to add this as a command as well. So I'm just gonna copy this and then do info. This is the information commands of the IslandWars server. Save all, build again, and let's go back to the server. So yeah, let's go. So oh, tab it out. So if we now reload again, there we go. Info is now a command. So okay, let me check the console real quick. Size for custom inventory must be multiple of oh, okay. I see what happened here. I see. So we just need to change the size to 45 here and the size to 45 here. Yeah, that should work. Save all, build. Build success. Internal error, okay, what? Index 45, out of bounds for length 45. Non-null list, Java 64. Threads. Inventory, craft inventory, custom Minecraft inventory. 167. 54. That says return true. 45. What is the problem? What? Okay, let me just switch my screen real quick. I want to show this. Okay, so there's something wrong in our class here. And it should be... yeah, it is in the placeholder handler and the info GUI commands. So, done something wrong, but I don't know what. So I have the command here. Sender, info GUI, bucket create inventory, size of 45, get name as info. That should work. Yeah, add the meta, add that, and then in the size here. Maybe if we put 44 in here. I don't know. Maybe that will help. Let's test it out. Okay. So reload. Yes! We actually got it to work. And if we click the glass, you see nothing happens. Because we cancel the event. We shouldn't get any errors in the console as well. Yeah, that's great. Then if we press our head, it says your stats. Awesome. If we say back, it just quits this. Doesn't say anything in chat. And ponder also closes the GUI because we don't have that set up yet. Oh, and I just... Okay. That's hilarious. Okay, so now we have to make our ponder system, which is gonna be a huge challenge. So, yeah. Don't know how I'm gonna do it just yet, but well, I think, well, let's just get started by creating a new class, which we're gonna call, well, we're gonna do it in handlers. thing. No, just in Island Wars. So we're gonna call it ponder item, like so. So it doesn't have to implement anything because it's not a command and it's not a listener. So ponder bucket, create inventory. Oh yeah, we need to we need to make our class first. Generate. That's just the name I'm giving it. It doesn't really matter what the name is. I just think it looks cool. It just makes sense. So yeah, that's why I do it. Okay, and then we need to do that. So I'm just gonna copy item stacks from here. I'm just gonna copy one. So ponder item stack, and we're gonna change that to be a barrier again. Yeah. So then we need to, we have to generate our black stained glass again, and this time it's called ponder, and it has I don't know why that is giving an error, but it is. It was giving an error when we put 45 in, so we're just gonna put in 44, and then we're gonna ponder set item, and we're gonna do 36 again, and then we're gonna do the item 2, and then we're gonna do p open inventory, and the inventory is gonna be ponder. Close that off. So we're gonna save. Well, actually, what we need to do now is go to menu handler, and in the spyglass, we're gonna go down here, and we're gonna do ponder item generate, and the player P is going to be P, because we already have that over here. So we're gonna send over the player. Now we're gonna build that class, and then we're gonna go back to our Minecraft screen. So the build is complete, so let's confirm the reload. There we go. So let's do info. Let's check if everything still works. That works, that works, this works. And if you press ponder, it's gonna go back to the ponder menu. Now we can still grab stuff from here, but we're gonna change that. We're gonna change that now. So if we were to, oh wait, I need to switch my screen. Okay, here we go. So if we were to go to menu handler, we need to copy this if here, this entire thing, and we need to paste it, and now we need to change the name to be ponder menu, because that's what it's called, right? Oh, with a, oh, it equals signal. Okay, so it doesn't really matter, but okay. So we don't have this player hat one anymore. But we do have the barrier. And we're gonna just keep this in too so we can edit it, but yeah. So yeah. We are we're gonna go I think if we were to do something like this, and we were to take this entire thing and paste it in here, would that give an error? Yep, okay, so we can't do that. Shame. So we can't do that. Because I don't think we can cast the on command because it needs a not null command, not null label, and not null arcs, and we don't have those. So we just have to, well, I guess we can, instead of going back to the info menu, we can just entirely close it like we did in here as well. So should be able to just keep it like this and then build it again. So yeah, let's go back into our Minecraft and oh, oops. Yeah, so here is reload, confirm info. So go to ponder, can't take anything, and back quits. Everything still works in here. Yeah, it does. Okay, that's awesome. So now we can continue working on the, well, the things that we have to do still. So I guess let's just continue going. So what do we need to do? We need to add the 3 menu options for the information. We need to add some stats, and we need to start working on the ponder system. So first thing that I'm gonna do is go to the menu handler. So we need to add 3 items. Well, actually more than 3. We need to add a few items to our list here. Because we have multiple recipe books, and we need to have buttons to be able to open every one of them. So I'm gonna hop onto the IslandWars server for a sec. And I'm gonna look at how many recipe books we have and what items they are, and then we can give them tags later on, custom model data tags, so they have the textures that they're supposed to be. So Okay, I think I'm gonna give that this texture here. And that is a stone axe. Okay. So let's do stone axe. So then we can, for the time being, put a comment here. DSU recipe book. And then we're gonna just get rid of that for now. We're gonna, yeah, do that. And then we're also going to add a quick bit of that. Okay. So then that was one. So now let's go here. What should be the icon of this one? I think like something like this. This is nice. Yeah, this looks, this can be the icon. So that is paper. And then we're gonna do that. And we're gonna go ahead and paste that again. And we have this, which is an enchanted book. Okay. And then we have this one. Well, that can just be a book. Because it doesn't, they don't have textures anyways. So okay. And then finally we have this. And I think I know what I'm gonna give that, and that is this one. So that is a barrier block. So okay. Okay. So we need to go. Yeah, so now we need to go to the ponder item, because now we actually need to make these item stacks. So I'm gonna copy these, and then I'm gonna change all of the items to link. Yeah. So this is gonna be 4. This is gonna be 4 as well. yeah, so that is all done. And then this one. There we go. And now I need to change. I need to change all of these. Oh, but by the way, I need to be able to change that. Maybe. Okay, so, we're gonna start off with the top one, which is the DSU recipe book. And there was a stone axe as a texture. So, yeah. So, we're gonna change this to be a stone axe. So it's gonna create a new item stack, which represents an item with the material of a stone axe. And we're gonna have it as a name. We're gonna have that be in the color of aqua. We're gonna have it be DSU recipe. Oh, recipes. So yeah. Then we're gonna do, or we're just gonna do recipe book. And next, we're gonna go to the IA recipe book, which is paper. So the material will be paper, and then the amount will stay 1, and then this will be purple, dark purple. We'll do IA recipe book. And the next is enchanted book from SF. No, okay, I'll just green in. And then SF recipe book. We need or more. Like so. And that will be the, well, I actually need 2 more, but yeah. Needs this one, which is the STB recipe book. So STB book. So that will be yellow as a color. STB recipe book. And then we're gonna change the numbers again. So that was the STB book, and then we finally need the Nova book, which can stay as a barrier. We're not gonna do red. Think like blue or dark blue. And then we're gonna do Nova recipe book. There we go. So we now have all these, so I'm gonna go in my test server again, and I'm gonna go and count on the inventory where I want these to be. So here would be the perfect place. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that would fit perfectly. So that would be slots. 21, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, so yeah, and we're gonna set 21 to be just gonna be 3 from 3 to 7. There we go. And we're gonna save. And then we're gonna test it out. So debug. And we're gonna go into Minecraft. Okay, so info, and it didn't work. Oh, that's because I added them in Ponder, and that also didn't work. What? Oh, I didn't reload the play. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and I need to, I miscalculated, okay. Okay. So that's 21, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. So then we need to copy this over to info GUI commands to the list, and then we need to change. Yeah, and then we need to go to the here, copy. I know I'm still on my game screen, but I'm just quickly going to copy these, and then I'm gonna switch my screen. I don't even have to switch my screen back, so that's good. So I'm changing all the values now, so so that it will work, because I accidentally put all that code in the wrong class, so it put it in the GUI of the Ponder menu, which we don't want. And then it turned out that in the other class I already had a item stack with number 3, so I have to change all of them to be one number higher. I know that I could just change the first one to be higher, and then, well, higher than all of them, but then it would get deorganized, and if I want to add more, then it would get confusing. So I'm just gonna do it like this. So that should work now. So let's see, builds, and then back in the game, and it's finished. So reload, confirm, info, and there we go. So we now have the DSU recipe book, AIA recipe book, SF recipe book, STB recipe book, and Nova recipe book. And at the moment they just close some of the barrier closes because of something we had earlier. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to the IslandWars server and I'm gonna write down all the custom model data of the item. So from A, that item was this one right here. From the DSU, it was this item right here. From STB, it was just a book, so that doesn't have to change. From this, it was the guide, this one, and I think that's all of them. Not sure. Yep, that's all of them. So first, data get entity JTechGaming, and that's gonna spam the entire chat. Oh, can deliver a chat message. What? String was too big. Oh gosh. No, I'm gonna check this data. Okay, let's first start with this one. Chat message was too big. Okay. It did work with this sort though. Okay, now I just know that something's wrong, because it worked earlier. I'm sure that worked earlier on. I am 100% certain that it worked. Okay, I'll have to find something out for that. To stop that from to make it so that I can actually get the custom model data of these items. Okay, well, then I'm gonna go on a break for 5 minutes. Oh. What? What? Oh, okay, it turns out my stream chat's not working. Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna go for like 2 minutes to try to figure out something to fix this. And then I'm gonna be back and I'm gonna use that. So I'll see you in 2 minutes. Alright, I figured something out. So earlier I was using my entire data, which is quite long because of advancements in this server and tags that we add to the player so that we know if they have unlocked certain things. But if we instead of just me use my selected item, then I can find it out, I think. So it's a stone axe, the name is that, the lore is that. But do we get the data? No. And if we do that, custom model data 10247. Does that mean that? Yeah, we can just hold a stone axe, so I don't know. Okay, custom model data 10247. So, if we go to that was from the lantern, so that's from IA. So material paper. Yeah. Okay, so material paper. And then we need to change the item meta. Yeah, in the item meta, we need to item meta 5 dot. We need to set the custom model data to 10247, and that should give us this lantern. So then if we go back and we go ahead and do that for this one as well. Okay, we're gonna copy the custom model data of that one as well. That's gonna be item meta 6, and the custom model data is 22000 220001. Yeah, okay. And then for the ultimate power cell, custom model data 6. Okay. So that appears to be working. And now let's build it. Let's leave and go into the coding server. And then yeah, there we go. And then it's now built, so reload, confirm. Okay, so yeah. Okay, I need to info. Yes, there we go. So because I have the texture pack installed, I have a recipe book, a SF recipe book, Nova recipe book. This will stay like it is, and then the DSU need to do something about that. But I just thought, I think the DSU item wasn't with custom model tags. Okay, let me see. So file manager. I need to get into the. Resource pack. Assets, and then it's in Minecraft. Yeah, and then models, item. Icon. Let me see. Furniture, icon, that's not it. Ah. Yeah, okay, this is it. So I don't know what happens with it. It just... Okay. Well, I think, however, that I can download the texture, apply that to a dummy item, and then copy the model data. So, items. No, not that item. Just normal item. And then it was stone axe in damaged. Yeah, okay. So it was a storage cell or storage container. Storage container. So I'm gonna download that texture. Oh, okay. Well, what about that one? Yeah, that works. Okay. So I've now got that texture. And then I can go ahead and go to here. Then items editor. Yeah, resource pack. Item, upload, texture, storage container, item packs, example. Yeah, okay, there we go. And then we're gonna do an example item here. There we go. So this is going to be DSG. There we go. Permission. Well, we'll get rid of permission. Don't need that. Resource. Material. Stone. Axe. Textures. Generate true. Yeah. Durability. Don't need that. Okay. Then for this, we're gonna have storage container in M. Storage container. Yeah, okay. Storage. So it's gonna be storage container 1M, and then .png. Okay. And then we're gonna do I reload, and then IA zip, apply it back to one players, although I don't have the resource pack thing, but yeah, okay. Yeah. So that worked. So the pack has been compressed. So now I need to download the new resource pack because I have the old one. So data, item packs. No, not item packs. Resource pack, pack.zip, download. Oh, well, best if I leave the server because otherwise it's gonna cause a little bit of lag. And I need to open the folder, and then I need to go to my downloads and drag in the pack.zip, close this, pack1.zip, yeah, there we go, and load that. Now that's gonna take a few seconds. And we should be almost done. There we go. So if we now join the IslandWars server again, should be able to do IA get yeah, DSU acceptable. Yeah, there we go. And we have our DSU container, which is awesome. And we should be able to actually get data get entity address holding. Wait, what was it again? What was it again? Yeah, selected item. We're just gonna... Oh, hello. We're just gonna paste that right here. And then we should get custom model data 10,000. So we're gonna go to our code and the issue recipe book, and we're gonna change the item meta to be 4, and then we're gonna do 10,000. And now we're going to save this and then build it, and now we're gonna leave this server and join this server. And the build is now complete. Build is now done. And let's see. Let's see. Okay, one sec. Need to do something. One second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so if we just... Yeah, okay. This should work. Yeah, okay, it's building now. So after it's done building, I'm gonna reload the server. Right about now. There we go. Okay. So that should be reloading it. And reload complete. So now if we do info, there you go. So we now have our menu here. We can't click the items because these are the wall items. We can go back, we can press this, and we need to fix that these two are both barriers, but this one has a texture, so we need to fix that. But we have the Nova recipe book, the recipe book, which doesn't have a texture, but we have this one, and we can ponder, and then we don't have anything there yet, but we're gonna work on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go back to our coding screen. There we go. So this is what we have now. So for example, this is the DSU recipe, and we now have set in the item meta one, we have to set custom model data to the model data. So yeah, our code is getting bigger and bigger. But yeah, we need to go and fix that issue that if we click the Nova item, it will do the same action as it would do for the quit barrier, which actually, now that I think about it, well, actually, it does matter because, yeah, okay. So we're gonna go back into the menu handler, and where we have the Nova recipe book, we're gonna go and see if that's, then we also need an extra check if E gets current item, gets item meta, gets custom model data equal, oh wait, we need to put it in there immediately, I think. I don't really use the model data, custom model data in like coding too often, so this is also a little bit new for me. So it's 6. So if we put 6 in there, well, that, yeah, okay. What has an error here? Cannot be applied to int. Yeah, okay, that works. So if that is true, we can just cut this out and paste it there. Remove the slash, okay. And actually, we can now just remove the barrier one entirely, because if it checks here if it's a barrier, and if it has the custom model data, it will do this. And then we can also do that for if it doesn't. So close inventory and then set the event to cancel so we can move the items around. So that should work. Only thing, oh, that's because it's, we're making this in the ponder menu. Okay. Well, that's kind of stupid, because we now have to move this entire code and paste it in here. Okay. And now we need to grab ourselves this barrier code and cut it out here, and then paste it back into the ponder menu. There we go. Okay. So that works fine. Now we just need to, yeah, now we just need to test it. So build it, and then we're gonna switch our screen to Minecraft. I'm gonna do reload, confirm info. Now if we were to press Nova, we would quit. If we press barrier, oh, yeah, I think I messed up something. What did I do wrong? Material barrier. If it's custom model beta is 6. Okay, why is that not working? Close inventory is cancelled true. If, okay, what's this? Okay. We don't need to do that. So, can I get rid of this? So, I'm gonna copy this and then paste it here, put an exclamation point there, and then paste it there. There we go. Okay. So, just to check, I'm gonna do an as out, and then I'm gonna print Nova if you do it, if it works if you press Nova, and so we can see if they're working. Okay. So load. I'm not typing. Reload. Confirm. Info. So if you press this, it's just gonna shut it. If you press this, nothing happens. If you press this, it doesn't do anything at all. Okay, we have a problem. Material barrier. Item meta custom model data equal to 6. I don't know why that's not working. I just want to see if this is true. If this now says Nova in the console, or did it already? Oh, it did already say Nova in the console. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah. Okay. I'm just confused. So I just don't have a clue why this is not working. So I'm gonna just put an entirely another class here. See if that does anything. So let's see if we do that, and then if it's not equal to 6, then we do that, and we say s, and then we do back, and then save all, and then upload. Okay, and then reload, confirm. Now it should have said Nova in the console, and now it still doesn't do anything. Okay. I have no idea what that happens. Oh, we got a console. Check head. Oh, okay. That does make sense. That makes sense. Has item meta. Well, no, not set. Get item meta dot has custom model data. Put an exclamation point there. An exclamation point there. No. Okay. Put an exclamation point here. Here. No. Okay, that needs to be here. Okay. If current item get item meta has no custom model data, then it will just say it will act as the barrier. Okay. We got an error again. Could not pass inventory click events. Check has custom model data first. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, that's because I run it before that. Okay. If has custom model data. Okay. I'm just working on this behind the scenes, so you don't because it's kind of strange, all these errors. Okay. Has custom model data, then it will do that if it equals 6. And if it doesn't equal 6, if it doesn't have custom model data, we're gonna do this. There we go. Build. Okay, here we go. So reload. Yeah. Confirm info. Press back. Get a error again. No, just nothing happens. Okay, and Nova still works, and it says Nova in console. Why is it so weird? Oh, no, that's because I put the else in the wrong place. Okay. Yeah, okay. So that is the that is that. Okay. Paste it there. Okay. Save, build. Yes, okay, that actually worked. And it says back in the console. And if we do it for the Nova, it says Nova in console. Yes, okay, it finally worked. Now we can get rid of the print string because we don't need it any longer. So let's see. What do we need to do now? We need to start working on. Well, we can first just hook these up. Although they're not gonna do anything on this server, they are going to do things on the IslandWars server because the commands that we're gonna let the player run actually exist there. So okay, so oh yeah, let's switch screens. Here we go. Okay, so set cancelled. Yeah, okay, so this is the barrier here. So what we're gonna do is perform commands, and then it requires a command which is going to be Nova string Nova items, and then for the book I'm just gonna go to the IslandWars server so I can copy the commands easier if they're complicated. Okay. I just got to know something that I didn't know yet. Okay, okay. So okay, so this is a bit of a weird thing, but okay. Copy that. Okay. Perform commands. string that. So that's a bit of a weird one, as I already said. So so this is a bit of an easier one. That's just gonna be perform commands string and then open guide and did that at the end. Yeah, did that correctly. And this one is going to be extremely easy. Just that. And then this one is going to be, yeah, okay. Perform commands. There we go. And now all of these are installed. And yeah, okay. So all of these are now done. We can now open every recipe menu from those buttons. So now what I want to do is work on the system with the stats. So you can press the player head here and it says your stats. So I want that to be a bigger message with all your player stats. So I've never really done anything like that before. So why is that? Okay. The send message. B get armor. No, get. Get XP. Could be one. Send message. That's spawn location. This nice one to know. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is messages. I'm gonna do so I'm gonna do that's the health, so chat's color red, plus that plus health. Yeah, there we go. And then like that's so okay. Okay, And then instead of health, we're gonna do XP, like so. And then we're gonna do spawn location. So that's gonna be green. That's gonna be blue. Let's first test this to see if that all works. So okay. Okay. So press that. There you go. Health 20, XP 0, spawn location world, craft world, name world, X, Y, Z, pitch 0, yaw 0. So what else can we add? I think we can add peace and message. We can add, what can we add? We could add world you're in. And I'm gonna do world dark green. Oh. And then so what else can we add? Get walk speed. Something like that should do. So let's just upload it to see that it has no errors. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Although I like to remove that. So see if we can do that. What? Oh yeah. Get floats. Okay. Then we'll just keep it like that. Fine. So we now have the stats system as well. And now really, the final thing left on my list for this that I was like planning to do today was the ponder menu. So, and that's gonna be I think that's gonna be the most difficult of them all. So yeah, ponder items. So I have no idea how we're gonna do that. For the rest, for like the end portal thing, for the menus, I had kind of an idea of how I was gonna do it. But for this I have absolutely no clue. Absolutely no clue. So what I think would be cool is to, let's see, if we go into the ponder menu, yeah, we need some controls. So I think what I can do is after we generate the glass, and we have set the barrier, so then we can set the gray glass. So I'm gonna copy this item stack. I'm gonna call it 3 number 3. And we're gonna add that. So ponder set item index will be, okay, let's see, number 8 of item 3. So item 3 will be gray, light gray stained glass pane, and copy paste. This should work unless I 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, I messed up. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. 36, 37, 38, 39. Well, we can just make that bigger. Okay. So 9, 18, then so 9, 18, then it's 27, 36, and then it's 38 that we have to do. So 39, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. $45, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Okay, so that's gonna fill this. Oh, we need, by the way, we need to get rid of this final one. Okay, so that's gonna fill all this with gray stained glass. So then the items are gonna be there, and that's gonna be there. Okay, so now we need to have some control items. So I'm gonna go on item tours real quick. And I'm gonna find some items. So icons, and I need an up and a down arrow. We only have an up arrow, so that's kind of a problem. But I'm gonna get this search thing. We could try making a search system. I don't know how that's gonna turn out, but we can try. If you don't try, you never know if it's gonna work. I think we're just gonna go with the next and the previous arrow instead of the up and the down arrow. Okay. So they are all three of them are paper. So I'm gonna add another item stack. 3 item stacks. So next is gonna be item stack 4. Item stack number 5. And number 6. Okay, so yeah. Now we need to configure their item, which is paper. And then we need to configure their custom model data. So data get entity as selected item. Okay, so for the search, we have search, we have next, and we have previous. Okay, so for the search, the custom model data, which we apply like item data 4, set custom model data, and then it was 10157. So let's go to the next item, which is the next arrow, and then the previous after that. So 10135. And then finally 10137. There we go. And then search, we're gonna make that aqua. Next we're gonna make that orange. Okay, we don't have that. We do, what colors do we have? We can just do black. Okay. So then we have to assign them to the slots. So let me grab my inventory. Ponder. Okay, so there's gonna be search one it's gonna be at the bottom, so that's gonna be 45. Okay, slot 45. We're gonna have item 4. And then in slots 18 and 27, okay. Yeah, okay. Here we go. So this is just a prototype. We have to do like pages, and we need to add the items, and then we need to have menus for the items, but we're gonna do that all in handlers. And I don't know if we're gonna be able to finish that today. Maybe. Ponder. Okay, and it just crashed. Well, it did crash, but it, okay. Out of bounds for length for 45. Oh, that error again. That error again. Huh. Can we just not set an item at 45 or... What if we cut that out? Yeah, okay, that's... Oh, gosh. Okay, I have no idea what I did wrong. What have I done wrong? What have I done wrong? Oh! Oh, I think it starts at... Oh, I think I know what I did. Okay, so we want them to be there and there. Which should be then... If that is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 17. Let's add that first. Yeah, okay. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay. So then the back can stay there, and the gray glass needs to just have no text, because that's something else that didn't work. Oh, I know. I didn't even show how the menu, how messed up the menu looks. It looks like this. So the gray glass was supposed to be here and here, and it ended up to be here, and then these are supposed to be here. They're not there, and the search, I don't know where the search bar went. Oh, I didn't even add the search bar. What? Okay. Then I'm gonna add that now. In item number 4 is going to be the search bar. So let me see. Yeah. Looks like it should work. So I'm just gonna build it again, and then I'm gonna go and reload, confirm, info, ponder. You know what? That's actually already a lot better. We can't move them around, that's great. Okay, and the back works. Just needs... Oh wait, I know what it is. What it is. This needs to be... Remove that. There we go. Still looks a little bit... What if we do that? No, that doesn't work. What other color can we do? Like brown. We can try that. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. So the items will be here. This way you can switch pages. Just need an indicator on what page you are. So how are we gonna do that? We can do it with a renamed item, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. So let's go ahead and copy this and then paste it here, change it to be 7. I'm gonna change that to be in a red text, and it's gonna be nothing at the moment, and we're gonna change that later. And I also don't know why the custom model data isn't working, because I do have the resource pack. So maybe I just apply, maybe I just, is it the wrong model data maybe? Let me go and check. IslandWars. So these are how the items are supposed to look. Now the search thing does look correct, but the next and the back don't. So get entity add as selected item 10135. Yeah, that should have worked then. Paper. It is a paper material. And the custom model data. Oh! Yeah, I see. Okay. That's just a stupid mistake. Let's try again now. There you go. They just don't have names. Oh, they do, but okay. Wait, okay, so chat color, well, we'll just remove chat color entirely. Then it will just appear white. Save all, build. Yay, next and previous. Now obviously they don't do anything yet at the moment, but they're going to. So now we just need to make pages, which is let me think. Pages. We can, oh, oops. I think I'm gonna do that some other day. I think I'm gonna leave it with that. So I'm gonna try to figure out a way, do some testing off camera, and then I think next Saturday we can, or maybe just, well, I don't think I have time for that tomorrow. Just probably this week, another stream, and then we're gonna make the different pages. Oh gee. Okay, we're gonna make the different pages. We're gonna make all the items, so that all the items will be inside, and we're also going to make the search system, if that's possible. I know it's possible, but if I found out a way how to do it. So, final thing we're gonna do today, which it doesn't have anything to do with coding, but we are gonna do a little bit of it today, is I spent the last few days working on some things. So we've been working on more on the rooms, but also on some other things. So yeah. Oh, I just found that my microphone was muted. Okay. I didn't really say that much, just that we built some other rooms, and we started working on the loot tables, which I don't know if I have an example. I'm just gonna create a few. So there will be chests in the dungeons, and then okay, so you'd open the chest, there's a random loot inside. So we have ferrosilicon, aluminum ingots, blue dyed bow, carbonado, tin ingot, rainbow clay, an aqua aura shovel, gilded iron boots, cobalt ingot, organic fertilizer, and a bronze axe, and then a soul lantern and a parachute. And then you open the next chest. Okay, yeah, that's a bug that sometimes happens. We need to fix that. Oh, and that effect is because I have nuclear items in my inventory without like having a hazmat suit. So things like these. This is actually a pretty good chest, but then you can just get some stuff and do things with them. So yeah. So you can get loot, and the loot can be very good, but at the moment it's 100% random what you're gonna get, which we don't want, because some items, such as these, here says boosted uranium is more rare than bronze boots. But at the moment they have an equal chance of being in the loot chest, which we don't want. So we're gonna add today well, don't have much time. Probably gonna stop streaming in like 6 minutes, but I just want to get started on it. So we're just gonna do loot, info, tests. There we go. So this is the loot table. So we're gonna start here. So all of these already have a pretty small chance of getting inside. As you can see, the entire thing has that percentage. So yeah, but all this collection can have a little bit of a smaller one, something like that. But this one doesn't really matter. That's fine. It's fine. Fine. This one. It's collection 7. That is also pretty okay. 9. Can we stay like this? Here we need to change some things. Well, we're first gonna do the categories. So that's that can be a little bit higher. Why did I put that so low? There you go. And then we have this one. That can stay like it is. This is a little bit more rare. So we're gonna put that a little bit behind. And over here, yeah, that is okay. But this is where it gets, no, not this, where is it? Oh, it is in here, okay. So that is where it gets really rare. Like this is the rarest category. So yeah, that needs to have maybe a little bit less. Okay. And now we're gonna start by giving everything a little bit less priority. Now in this one it doesn't matter because they're all equally valuable blocks. But in this it also doesn't really matter. This does matter a little bit. So probability. So this has 7 armor, 7 armor, 7 armor, 7 armor, 7 armor and toughness, which that has 2. This one is a 7 armor, so that's a little bit more common. So that has, yeah, that's that. Ooh, so bronze is more rare, is better. Then spinel is not that good. Turquoise is actually, obsidian is quite rare too. So we're gonna make that be like 91 for that. That can actually be a little bit lower. That's fine for that. This can be like this, and that's gonna have a pretty high chance. I think I'm just gonna That's actually pretty rare, so I'm gonna tone that down a little bit. So just gonna randomize a bit as well. There you go. So we have that. The swords. Yeah. Okay. Because okay. So let's see. 8 attack damage. 2 attack damage. So this one can be like that. 6 attack damage. 8 attack damage. 9. These all have 8. 12. That's pretty good. Then we have that, which can be a little bit lower than that. Then 87, so that's 85, 82. Then we have 10. Do we have 8? 8, yeah. Okay, so that is even lower chance than that. Then 9 with about, okay, so okay, so everything with 8, 79. This is kind of a boring task, to be honest. But it has to be done. That one is extremely rare. Okay, this is 2. That is 2 attack damage. Yeah, okay. This one is extraordinarily good. So we're gonna put that down like this far, I think. So end swords, that's about 80%. Oop. Six, that is about 90. Dagger, yeah, fine. Emerald, 7. Crystal, 6. Spinel, 6. Turquoise, 8. Aqua, 8. 13 and 9.5. 9.5, gonna put that like right there. 69. Okay, so then we need a one with 10, which has to be a little bit lower, so 50. Anything else with 10? No. So then for 12, we have 12, 14, 19, 13. So 12 should be lower than 50. Then we have 13. And then we have 40. And then we need the 14. There. And then the 19. Okay. So that's where we're gonna keep it, where we're gonna stop today. It's been a pretty long stream. From let's see. It's been a stream for 3 hours. Which is quite long. So yeah. I think that it's been quite the stream. At least for me. I really enjoyed it. And I hope you did too. And we're gonna stop for today. I'm gonna continue doing some stuff off camera. But I'm gonna go now. And the stream's gonna stop. And we're gonna do another stream soon-ish, I hope. If I get to it. Not sure. But yeah. So thanks for watching and goodbye.